This is the Microsoft Cloud Show, episode 20, where we're going to review progress on day 2 of the SharePoint Conference 2014. Welcome to the Microsoft Cloud Show, the only place to stay up to date on everything going on in the Microsoft Cloud world, including Windows Azure, Office 365, SharePoint, Exchange, Link, and related technologies. Just the information, no marketing, no BS. I'm Chris Johnson.
And I'm Andrew Cole.
And we're just two dudes telling you how we see it. Right on. Okay, so SharePoint Conference day number 2 is Tuesday. We're back at the Venetian. We've recovered from the first night of SharePoint Conference. Well, I have anyway. AC arrived today.
Arrived technically today. Arrived around 12:30, 12:45. I started getting all the texts. You come to the red party even though you're here.
Yeah, drop your bags.
Yeah, come on up to the party and everything. And I keep getting the text and I'm looking at them like, I have to get up super early for a dry run. I can go out right now. It's 12 o'clock. I'm like, if I go out, I probably won't be home until very late. So I think I'm going to exercise better judgment and just not leave the room.
That sounds far too
responsible.
Yeah, good call.
Well, I had 1 out of 3 nights, so the other 2 I'm back on the table.
Excellent. Well, we'll have to have a drink tonight then.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, Tuesday it's attendee party night tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously sessions are full swing. They started off at 9 o'clock this morning and go all day. So
yeah,
I know you got a session today
that
you're participating in, and there've been some that have been going on today. So you've obviously been here for just a little while. What did you do? What did you do today?
So I got up first thing this morning, and I really wanted to go to. There were 2 sessions this morning that were really good that I wanted to go see. One was about the client-side rendering framework, just going hardcore dev on that, but I didn't get to go see that. I was explaining what the conflict was in a second. And then the other one was I really wanted to go to the InfoPath session. Mm-hmm. And I was able to catch the last 15 minutes of the Q&A. From everybody I've talked to, it went off really well. They did a really good job setting the expectations, talking about where they were going, what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Really like the approach where they set up a user voice link to where collecting feedback from customers. So I found a bunch of people who know the space really well, some influencers that were in the room that have been tracking this very closely, like Wes Preston, Jennifer Mason, Laura Rogers, Corey Roth, Mark Anderson, who was a guest on the show. And they all said that's some really good they had some really good feedback on the session. So we're actually going to hook up with Sonia, one of the presenters, and do a little interview with her to hopefully include in this podcast. But I started the day having to do a dry run for my session that's later on today because it's the first time there's 3 people that are doing demos. There's 2 people that are kind of emceeing the session. It's building a portal in 75 minutes. It's all demo. It's 4 different machines being shown. We're going to project an iPhone up there too. We have beach balls. We have theme music as we come in.
You got a T-shirt cannon.
We've got a T-shirt cannon. Last I heard, we had 1,200 people registered to come into the session, and the room holds about 800. So things could get pretty crazy.
So it's going to be a wild one, that's for sure.
Yeah. We've only got a few minutes to actually record this episode here because I got to run and go do another dry run. It's about 3 o'clock now, and we're going to do sessions in about 2 hours. So wrap that up. But yeah, so I missed those sessions this morning because of that. But I was able to still see some of the InfoPath one.
Yeah, I kept an eye on the Twitterverse as that was going on, and kept an eye on what was being said, and it sort of seemed to me like there were 2 camps. There were the camp of people that were pleased that Microsoft was saying, we want your input. Mm-hmm. You know, it's being, we're putting our plans together and it's being built, or some of the new form stuff that they're working on. Mm-hmm. But, opening up early and talking about it now rather than, opening a box and a completed thing that's not right pops out.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
It was those sort of people, and then the other sort of camp was like, I can't believe there isn't a finished thing just to seamlessly replace everything InfoPath did.
Yeah,
I saw a little bit of that too.
That's to be expected.
I think it's great that it's early and people get a say on user voice. So
yeah,
we'll link off to that.
Yeah, absolutely. The other next session I went to was Matt Bremer's session. He did a session on using TypeScript in SharePoint apps. So I thought it was a really good session. Matt has got I love his style of presenting. He's absolutely hilarious. He's like very dry. He can be very dry, but it's hilarious on the way he
You're saying he's you ask a question and you got a bottle of 5 Hour Energy in return.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he's giving out T-shirts and he had somebody in the audience that was getting questions that were put on Twitter, and they were copying and pasting them into PowerPoint, and he was using a PowerPoint from OneDrive and showing those questions that were being censored and everything, and showing them up. And
that's a cool use of technology.
Like you have a question, so I asked a question or whatever. I just gave him some praise or whatever and answered it, and somebody walks over and gives me a 5 Hour Energy. I'm like, well, this is a first. So
kind of suitable for this Vegas environment.
Absolutely, yeah. But it was really cool. It was the demos that he had were pretty spot on. It was a whole blackjack game that was going on, and showed a bunch of things about challenges run into with mismatch types and stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah, and so I'm not going to get a chance to really see any sessions. I know you're not going to see much sessions this afternoon. You have 2 sessions tomorrow,
right?
And I've got a dry run that we're going to go do in a minute. So later on tonight, after my session, after the 5 o'clock session, we got the attendee party at the racetrack. Yeah. So that'll be a blast, and
we'll go for a burn around the racetrack, I reckon.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe we'll take the recorder and see if we can get a couple of drunken interviews.
I think so too. I'm gonna do my best to actually take the recorder into my session and see if I can't get the whole crowd to go crazy, and see if my co-presenters are okay with that. So
awesome. Sounds
cool.
fun.
All right, so we'll just call that a wrap on day 2, and hopefully we'll have another. So we'll call that a wrap for day 2, and come back and talk a little bit more, get a recap on day 3.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Cool.
If you have a question for us, go to microsoftcloudshow.com/questions, where you can submit it as text or record it as a WAV or MP3 and provide a link so we can play your question on the show. You can subscribe to us in iTunes by searching for Microsoft Cloud Show or via RSS at microsoftcloudshow.com, where you'll also find a full transcript and show notes of each episode. You can also find us on Facebook searching for Microsoft Cloud Show, or on Twitter at MS Cloud Show. Thanks for listening. See you next time.